wicked. Now, there was a teenage boy at the hospital when I was there that died of meningitis. One of my worst sinus infections, a really horrific sinus infection. And I got up, I think it was that night, I got up and my ears hurt so bad, like someone was poking them with something very sharp and asking your mom and dad to pray for me because the pain was so horrible in my head. Yeah. And then that's all I remember. And then in the night, I was sleeping on a single bed, and I would wake up in the middle of the night and the mattress would be almost off the bed. And so then I would pick the mattress up and put it back on the bed and go to sleep. And then pretty soon, I must have been thrashing around because then pretty soon the mattress is almost off the bed again. Because I don't know, I was out of my mind evidently. I noticed there was a bar stool there that I was using for a nightstand. I don't know what was happening, but I had thrown up on it. And all I remember is thinking, I always make the waste paper basket. I must have been doing some crazy things. I don't know what I was doing, but your dad came to the house to ask me some questions about this house here we were building. But something happened that he looked at me, even though something bad is wrong. All I remember, it was painful. All I remember is lots.
Just like an ache or?
No, just excruciating pain. All I remember is excruciating pain and wanting to get away because the pain was so excruciating. They wanted to touch me, and the nurse said, don't touch her. Every time you touch her, it's like you're hitting her. Then, that's what Clifford said. Mom, if you were out in the woods with someone, they would have done you right by just shooting you.
Really?
He says you were
so much pain.
He said they would have, shooting you would have been merciful. I looked in the mirror, and my mouth, all around my mouth, clear out here, around here.
Was like chapped?
I asked the doctor, I said, it looks like I got impetigo. And he said, no, that's not impetigo. It was cold sores. Because they asked, does she do drugs? Does she drink alcohol? Does she this? Does she that?
Yeah, they got to get your history,
Yeah, and so luckily they were there, and they took away, they said, well, she's not this, she's not that, not that. And then they started giving me antibiotics right away.
Yeah, it was easy.
An IV in my arm, and for a week afterwards, twice a day, every 12 hours, I had to take a syringe with about this much of antibiotics in it. And the doctor says, make sure you do it. He says, because if it comes back, it's going to come back with a vengeance. I could not think. And I try to think, and I get such horrific headaches just trying to think. And I said, it is true. It hurts to think. I've never felt rigor mortis. But if you could feel rigor mortis, it felt like my leg was turning to cement. I mean, you could feel it. It was running up my leg. And I told Clifford, it's going up my leg. It's going up my leg. It's overtaking me. It's overtaking me. And that's what I remember telling him. It's overtaking me. And I fell backwards, and he was behind me and caught me. And then I had a seizure. So I couldn't drive a car. I see what they do. They put me on Dilantin, and that was to slow your brain so you wouldn't have a seizure. But it slowed my brain so much. And I talk fast. I was talking like this. I was telling them about it, and they said, if you didn't have a seizure by now, you're not going to have another one.
Okay, that's cool. And you haven't since?
No.
There was just that one?
Just the one.